welcome to my update 28 endgame guide. In this guide I will go through all the weeklies, dailies and instances, what you should be running, what you can get, just pretty much what's worth doing for endgame at the moment. And this is as per update 28.1. This guide is before tier 4 and tier 5 for the new instances in War of the Three Peaks. But it should still be a relevant guide well throughout this update. I'm going to start the guide off with Morgul Vale and Mordor Besieged. There's 3 weeklies I'm going to take a look at, and to do these weeklies, to unlock them, you need to have completed the quests of Inland Morgul and Mordor Besieged deed. To see if you've completed this deed, you go to your deed log, into Mordor, you hit Inland Morgul on the tab at the bottom, and you find quests of Inland Morgul and Mordor Besieged. This deed has to be completed to unlock the dailies in the Morgul Vale. And just quickly looking at the 3 different weeklies from this zone. Number 1 is Imlad Morgul Continued Threats. It's a weekly quest. And I'm sure everyone knows this as the Nascus Gorges. You kill the 8 Nazgul and get rewards from that. The second one is completing 10 quests in a week, which are the Ekad Uyal daily quests. And the third one is simply completing 4 Minnows Morgul scaling instances per week. And that's all 3 from this zone. And looking at the first one, known as the Nascus Gorges in the Mordor Besieged. You can see the rewards on the screen. And to complete this, you have to go to Mordor Besieged. And I've marked the approximate locations of all the Scourges. And obviously the one down here is the Witch King. Since you only have to kill 8, I like to just skip the Witch King so you don't need a stronger group than needed. I also like to start at the bottom left here in Arendor and take this route to the second one, keep going to the third one, go to the 4th, the 5th, and after the 5th I like going south and then back up north and then finish with the final one. That's my preferred route. I feel like that's a fast and efficient route to get them killed. And it's also easier since you can skip the Witch King. Yeah, all you need to do is kill 8 of these in a week. Make sure you get the pickup quests when you get close to them, kill 8 in a week, and get your rewards. The next one is the quest of Imlan Morgul, Reclamation. It requires you to complete 10 daily quests during a week. The rewards are on the screen. So you simply go to Ekad Uyal and go to Ereblan and Tordoran. They have daily quests from the 3-mans and 6-mans of Minnows Morgul. You can spread these out over days if you want and do the ones you find easy. But if you want to do them all in one day, I usually like to do 3 of these that requires you to kill stuff. And then from this guy I usually pick up Harrowing, the Houses of Lamentation. I also do Filthwell and Shadow Roost. And a good tip is to run the instance, say Harrowing, at level 122. You'll still get pretty good loot, chances of good loot, and it's really fast. Just blow through the instance. And doing this, doing 4 different instances, like I'm doing Harrowing, I'm doing Shadow Roost, all on 122 just to make it fast. I'm doing Bar Nirnath. And finally I'll do Filthwell. And if you do all 4, you'll complete the weekly 4 instances, as well as you should be able to get 10 quests done by doing these 4. That's just how I do it if I want to do it in one day, but of course you can just do Harrowing and Shadow Roost, or just do Harrowing every day. It's pretty simple. It's all down to preference. But to complete this weekly, you have to do 10 of these quests during a week. And the final one is completing 4 Minnows Morgul scaling instances in a week. See the rewards on the screen. And it's not hard to understand what you need to do to complete this. Minnows Morgul instance. Be it on any level, like you can do 122 if you just want to blow through it. You can run it at max level to get better rewards. Do 4 of these in a week and you will get your rewards. So simply put, if you do all of these weeklies, the 3 weeklies in a week, you'll earn quite a bit of Embers, good chunk of Virtue XP, you earn 3 shards, they're helpful. You get some sigils, which you can barter for Embers, and you get several relics that you can improve your rep with Reclamation, or you can barter for other stuff. Pretty good rewards for these weeklies. Next up, we'll look at the Wells of Langflood. There's only one weekly in this zone, but it's one that's really quick, really fast. It requires completion of the quest Fate of the North, which I believe you have to do the meta quest deed in the Wells to unlock that quest line. So the weekly that you unlock is Protectors of Wildlands bounties. You complete 5 bounty quests from the bounty board in Limlock, and you can see the rewards on the screen. All you have to do is go to Limlock, click the bounty board, and run through all of these 5 bounty small instances. They're really fast. I would say like a minute or 2 if you have like a champ. But you just blow through all of these pretty quickly to earn your rewards. And for such a short time, you get a pretty decent reward. 3000 Virtue XP and 300 Embers for like 15 minutes of work, I would say. It's pretty decent. And for the newest zone, Elder Slade / War of the Three Peaks, you need to complete the meta quest deed, Quests of Elder Slade and War of Three Peaks, to unlock the 4 weeklies that we have currently. And I'll take a look at each of them. Number 1 gives Embers, and the other 3 gives different rewards. We'll take a look at all of them right now. All of these weeklies are located in Anak Kurfu, in the new Elder Slate zone, in the missions room on the 2nd floor. And the first one we're going to take a look at is On a Mission. It's really simple, just complete 15 missions in a week and you receive 500 Embers. And if you don't know, the missions are found here by this map table from Horin and Scoutmaster Ozma, and sometimes I think from Gloin. So pretty much there's like, I would say usually 8 missions you can do a day, and then just do 15 missions over a week and you can finish this weekly. The next one is called the War Effort Missions for the Cause. It's pretty simple. You complete a daily wrapper quest called March on Gundabad Missions for the Cause 4 times in a week to earn these rewards that you see on the screen right now. This weekly is picked up from Elof. The War Effort Missions for the Cause. Complete the March on Gundabad Missions for the Cause 4 times in a week. And select your rewards and you get this. And March on Gundabad Missions for the Cause is right here from Elof as well. So you pick up this quest every day, complete 3 missions from these guys, and do this 4 times in a week, complete this weekly. The third weekly is called Pushing Forward the War Effort. And just like the last one, it's about completing a daily wrapper quest 4 times in a week. You can take a look. It's from these that I call the Landscape Dwarves. Let's see which one it is. There we go. Pushing Forward the War Effort is a weekly that requires you to complete March on Gundabad, assisting the war effort 4 times. As you can see from Lotro, you have assisting the war effort. It's a daily. You simply pick up this daily quest, complete 3 missions over there, and do it 4 times in a week. Complete this and earn the copper coins of Gundabad. And the final weekly, the war effort, A Great Leap. It's the same idea as the other ones. You have to complete a wrapper 4 times. The War Effort Great Leap, weekly from Stalskeg. He needs you to complete March on Gundabad additional steps 4 times in a week. If we look at Clothy, he has March on Gundabad additional steps. And this is pretty much complete a bunch of landscape quests that he has in his... that you can pick up from him. So it's just another weekly that requires you to complete a daily 4 times. And then you can earn your rewards. And if you want to complete all of these in a week, you can earn 500 embers, 400 and probably more motes from the dailies, 30 plus marks from the Gabil Aka, and 60 plus copper coins of Gundabad. And of course, for one of the weeklies, you can choose behind a crystal or 3 empowerment scrolls, but they have a max level cap on them. Personally, I think the Ember quest is pretty easy to complete. Just do 15 missions in a week. It's a nice Ember pickup. The other ones, if you want, you can do them. The copper coins right now aren't that valuable, but in the future they will have a bit more value. And I also wanted to mention another way to gain Embers in a week. Currently, you can barter sigils of Imland Ithil for Embers. It's a weekly quest. It's going to be removed with the future update 28.2 update, but on the same point, they will add copper coins of Gundabad weekly for Embers, which will be coming with that update as well. So you can think of it as removing the old barter for Embers and adding it to the new zone, barter for Embers. But as of right now, if you're at tier 4 rep with the reclamation of Minas Ithil, I'm captain rep, so it doesn't really matter. You're gonna be able to pick up sigils of Imlet Ithil for Embers. You need 100 sigils, and you gain 500 Embers. This resets on Sundays, so 500 Embers per tune. And in a future update, it's gonna be... this will be sigils for motes, but then the copper coins of Embers will be added to the Elder Slate region. But I just wanted to mention that this is also a potential Ember income right now. And finally, I just want to talk a bit about the instances you can run and what's worth running, what's popular, what can give you good rewards. The ones I'm going to talk about are the Minnows Morgul 3-mans, AM, Armor Chant, Stair Battle, and Amdan Damol, the newest raid. But starting off with Minnows Morgul 3-mans. Of course, you have Deep Barrow and Filthwell, but I don't think they're worth running because they take too long for it being worth. And the most popular combo is to run Harrowing and Shadow Roost 2 times each on tier 3. The reasoning behind this is for the guaranteed Ithil Galad crafting component, which is used to make special food or special scrolls, which are needed, of course, if you want to buff up for raids and stuff. You can also run this on tier 2 with weekly locks, same locks, but it doesn't have the guaranteed crafting component drop. Also, by doing these locks in a week, you'll get roughly 800 embers, as well as a chance of the runic selection boxes, which still, as of right now, are like the best settings and gems still. Of course, we have new better runes with the newest update, but these runics still have some value. But this is a good crafting component income, as well as picking up some embers. Looking at AM, the 3-man, the most popular way to run this is just tier 4, 2 times a week, which will also net you another 2 crafting component boxes. You'll get roughly 400 embers. You can also get, of course, the selection earring box, best in slot in the game right now, and as well as runics. So AM is still worth running if you need any of these items. Merchant, of course, is kind of being outclassed by the new raid, of course. A new raid is always exciting. This raid is kind of in the past. It's still worth, if you want to get some quick embers, you can just run tier 1. Resets pretty often during the week, 800 embers per full clear. Still pretty good for embers. And you have your tier 2 and tier 3 weekly locks. But I don't think tier 2 or tier 3 are going to be worth running, really. If you want embers, just run tier 1. And of course, tier 4 plus, tier 4 or tier 5. Get a decent amount of embers, and of course, the best in slot bracelets from Shelob. And there's also the chance of getting a runic selection box, which is better than the 3-man and the 6-man right now. But all in all, I would say that if you're gonna run Rem, I would just run it for maybe tier 3 for the armor deed, or tier 1 for embers, or tier 4 purely for the bracelets from Shelob. That's about the worth of Remmerchand right now. And looking at the new 6-men, Shakalush. Looking at the new 6-men, Shakalush, the Stair Battle. Tier 1 has daily locks. And they're pretty quick with the... You don't need like an optimized group even. Just get a somewhat tanky tune and some decent DPS. You can run this really quickly on a tune, which will give you at least 300 embers, but if you're lucky you can get 600. There's also a very, very low chance of a tier 6 essence box on tier 1. And of course you have your tier 2 and tier 3 weekly 2 times locks. You get quite a decent amount of embers from this. There's a good chance of tier 6 essence boxes dropping. And there's really good runes for your DPS, your healing, and drop from the final boss on tier 2 and tier 3. Of course, the raid runes are better, but these are still going to be an upgrade if you get them. So I would say the 6-man is pretty good for farming embers and getting the runes, and of course, best in slot essence boxes makes it worth running. And also in the future, we're going to get tier 4 and tier 5 of the 6-man. I don't know what will drop, but I expect pretty much the same, maybe some better stuff, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. And finally, I'm just gonna comment on the new raid, and then demo, the Bloody Threshold. Tier 1 locks work just like Merchant, reset 3 times a week. And it's pretty much an Ember farm. You get a teal piece from each boss, I believe. Tier 2 and Tier 3 are out right now. They have weekly locks. And on both Tier 2 and Tier 3, the last boss has a chance to drop best in slot runes for your DPS or your healing. That's worth running. And you get roughly 400 plus embers per run. Tier 3, of course, has a chance of dropping the set necklace or rings. From both bosses, they can drop. That's a pretty good reason to run Tier 3. And of course, future Tier 4 and Tier 5 will have weekly locks, of course. And I'm not sure, but I believe I've seen some screenshots of better runics, which will probably drop from Tier 4 and Tier 5. And hopefully there's some other good stuff to drop from there. Hopefully this guide helped you get a good overview over the weeklies, dailies, and the instances that are worth running right now. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, join my Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.